This video tutorial shows you, the restaurateur, how to fill out the request form to have your restaurant listed on the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. It's pretty simple, but there's a few things we don't want you to miss, so we'll cover them in this video. Remember, filling out this form doesn't automatically make your restaurant live on the site. What it does is submit your information to be reviewed by us here at BuySomeoneDinner.com. We want to make sure your information is complete and the photo you provide is clear and will look good on the website. Once you fill out this form and hit the Submit button, we'll be in touch within 48 hours to let you know if your restaurant is live on our site or if there are any questions we might have before getting to that step. Thank you for taking the time to be part of the BuySomeoneDinner.com family of restaurants.
Okay, let's get started. To begin with, we're going to go to the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. And when we get there, you'll see there's 3 gray bars. Since we're here to fill out the form for a restaurant to become a member, we start by clicking on the bottom band where it says Info for Restaurateurs. Some content will pop up on the right-hand side, and you'll see this red bar, a red button, says Learn More. Click on there, and it'll take us to the page that talks about information for restaurants. Once you're on that page, if you scroll down, you'll see there's a list of some of the benefits of being on the Buy Someone Dinner website. Down a little further are a list of commonly asked questions, and if you click on any one, the answer will pop up. You can take a look at those at your convenience, but for now we're going to focus on filling out the form. To do that, we're going to start by clicking on the red button, or Join Our Network, and we get to this page that has the restaurant form. At the top of the form is a red box with some important information. The second bulleted item is just a reminder that by filling out this form, your restaurant does not automatically become listed on the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. And the third bullet point lets you know that once you submit your form, you will be getting 2 emails, one from BuySomeoneDinner.com to let you know you've been approved, and that email will have a link to your page on our website as well as your username and password. It's critical that you save that information. The second email you'll be getting is from Bill.com. That is the company that we will need you to sign up to have an account with. There's no charge associated with starting that account, and Bill.com is the company that allows us to make electronic payments to your restaurant. And one final note, when you start your free account at Bill.com, it is imperative that you use the same email address with Bill.com that you used when you filled out your form on BuySomeoneDinner.com. That's the way we tie those 2 accounts together. Okay, so on to the form itself. This first field is where you put the name of your restaurant. For our purposes today, we're coming up with a fictitious name. The following field, and any field on this form that has a gold band beneath it, has some important information. So be sure to read that before you fill in the field. This particular contact email could be the restaurant email, could be a marketing department, could be an email to the corporate office, either one. For now, we're just going to again come up with a fictitious email. Same thing with the phone. Might or might not be the restaurant itself. A little further down is where you'll upload photographs or a logo of your restaurant. Before we start here, notice there's a maximum file size of 250 kilobytes and the extension names that are allowed. Basically, you need to have a web-ready photo to put on the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. The process of preparing that photo could be a tutorial unto itself, so for now we're going to assume that you or your photographer has prepared that photo. We're going to start by clicking on the Browse button. When we do, it will open a window which allows us to select a photo from our hard drive. Now, what pops up on this tutorial will inevitably be different from what pops up on your computer, but it's the same process. So we start by clicking on the Browse button, and you'll see what pops up for us is a link directly to our restaurant photos. Double click on the image that I want, and you'll see through this text that it did find the photo. By clicking the upload button, it actually brings your photo into the website. Putting copy in the alternate text box isn't critical, but helpful. You can put a short description of what's in the photo. A little further down, you have the option to add more photos or a logo, but for now, we're going to go ahead with one. This next section allows you to select the city and location of your restaurants. To start, pull down the Select City menu, and when you do, the neighborhoods in that particular city will come up. To select your neighborhoods, click on the pull-down menu, pick one neighborhood, click Add, and you'll see that it adds the neighborhood you're in. If you have multiple locations, just go back to the pull-down menu again, click another option, and add it to the list. We'll do one more, and you'll see we have our 3 locations indicated right here. Below that is where you'll add the list of cuisines you serve. Same thing, go to the pull-down menu, select the style of food, click Add. If you have multiple styles of food, you can select any number of choices and add them to your list. The next field down is for you to put a description of your restaurant. This does have spell check, so you can type your copy directly into this field. We do suggest 50 or 60 words as a maximum, just to keep it short and brief. For now, we're just going to cut and paste our text in to make it go a little bit quicker. And underneath your restaurant description is where you will indicate the price range for a dinner for one person. Below that is where you put your address and phone number for any locations you have. And you can put any cross streets or any landmarks that might be helpful for your visitors. If you need to add more than 2 locations, you can click this button here. The next 3 boxes are pretty self-explanatory. And for the certificate restrictions box, you can feel free to put things such as restrictions with alcohol or accepting the certificates only for certain evenings. As we get to the bottom, you'll have an opportunity to put your website in. And finally, you'll need to agree to our terms of service. You can read about them right here, and once you agree to them, just click Yes and submit your restaurant. The screen lets you know that we've received your email and that we will be in touch within 48 hours and let you know if your restaurant has been accepted for the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. Once your restaurant is approved to be on the BuySomeoneDinner.com website, you will receive an email from us. The email will be from info@BuySomeoneDinner.com, and the subject line will talk about 2 important things you'll need to know about your listing. The first important thing will be a link to log on to the BuySomeoneDinner.com website. That will enable you to update your website listing or take a look at your listing on the site itself. You can either click on this link right here, or you can cut and paste it in your web browser. Once you do that, the first screen that will come up will ask you for a username and password. Those will be right here in the email, and it's important that you copy this information down and keep it in a place that's readily available. Of course, the username and password in the email you receive will be the username that you submitted when you filled out the restaurant form, and the password that was assigned to you by a member of BuySomeoneDinner.com. The next important item is to look for an email from Bill.com. This email will have a link that enables you to start your free receivables account so you can receive payments electronically. As it mentions here, when you register your bank information with Bill.com, Be sure to use the same email address with them as you used with BuySomeoneDinner.com.